What's up, guys? My name is Ty Blunt, Dorm Room CEO. Today I'm getting on the topic of how I buy and sell cars. Yes, cars. It's a bit harder than the majority of the smaller end flips you see online. We're going for the bigger end stuff, and I actually don't buy these cars. I believe that buying and selling cars, unless you're a dealership, is a waste of time and money unless you can find it cheap enough and get a good flip on it. Instead, I sell cars for people. Yes, I take people's cars that they don't want, or they want to get rid of, or they want to trade it in, or they just have it sitting in their garage, and I take a cut off that sale. So some of the cars I flipped are supercars, R8 Ferraris, and even lower end cars such as your daily junkers, your older end cars, antique cars, your daily drivers, your upscale daily drivers, BMWs and Audis, your normal day drivers from like Kias, PT Cruisers. It doesn't matter. As long as I know I can make some money off it, that's the thing. So what I do is I see I already have a name set up in the community saying that I sell people's cars for them if they want to. So people know that I am the person they get in touch with when they have cars. So it's recurring business for me. It's really easy. But for people that are starting out new to this, you just gotta be on the grind, right? I talk about the grind all the time. Just make sure that if you hear somebody saying, "Oh, I'm thinking about selling my car," be like, "I sell people's cars for them. I see a small profit off the top, and it's easy for you guys." Just make sure they know that. Also, if you have a business card or a website, that is really helpful too. You can call people on Craigslist that are posting on Craigslist, especially the higher end cars that don't want to deal with it. Call them up and say, "Hey, I sell people's cars. I see your pictures and your articles and your posting is not very good. Let me do it for you, and I'll just take a small percentage off the top. You can get some sales in that as well." For me, I charge between, depending on the car, the supercars, because they're huge price tags. I have a set fee, which is a couple grand. All depends on the selling price again and how much I get them so let's say they can trade in for 120, I get them 150. I just take a percentage off that cut. Also for the lower end cars, I automatically take $250 minimum. If it's $1,000 car, if it's a $2,000 car, I take if it's a $2,000 car, I take a little more, around 350 to 400, depending on how much time it takes me. Or the $1,000 cars are I just take 250 off the top automatically. That's the minimum I go because I want to take my time. It's valuable to me. It took me about an hour and a half to post and list it, and between 45 minutes to 2 hours selling the car. Upper end cars are a bit harder, which I'll talk to you in a bit about that. So we have cars that are getting sold every day, especially if you go to the older neighborhoods. Those people with a lot of money, they want to get rid of their cars, and instead of trading it in, getting less money for it, tell them that you will sell their car for them for a percentage off the top. You might have to have a little bit of knowledge base, or if you see somebody selling their car on the side of the street or in front of a house, go up and knock on the door and say, "Hey, I sell cars on the internet. I take a small percentage off the top. Let me know if I can sell a car for you." That also works very, very well. So with this with this usually you should start off kind of small. Start with the junker cars that people just want to get rid of, and you take a cut off the top. That gets your name out there in their local communities saying, "This kid sells my car. He does it really well. I do nothing with the car. I just give him the title that's notarized. Make sure you're trustworthy enough to have a title that's notarized, especially when you're dealing with higher end cars, the $100,000 cars. Make sure that you have. That's what you have to get that name out there saying that you're trustworthy, because no one's going to hand you over papers to a $120,000 car. That's not going to work. That never works. So start small. Make sure you get a good name in the community, and then people will then trust you in the future to sell the cars for them. So again, let's say you have a car that you want to sell. This is the steps to it. Make sure that the person that has the title, there's no lien on it, and that they can give you a notarized title. Any bank will notarize the title very quickly and easily. Personally, I have my own notary license, so I can do that for people as well. But if you don't have that, go to a bank and make sure they have it notarized before you start selling, because it takes a lot of time, and you don't want to have that window. Once you have it notarized, take very, very clean pictures of cars. look online and look for some of the higher end cars, see how the pictures are getting taken. Anything below 20 grand, stick to Craigslist, stick to OfferUp. OfferUp was kind of worthwhile, not worthwhile, but your local sites. Anything above 20 grand, I usually put on eBay as well, make them pay the shipping. Supercars you want to sell on eBay because there's a small market of people that buy used supercars, and it's a very small market. So make sure you post it on eBay and sell it that way. Make sure they pay for the shipping, and you have $1,000 deposit on any purchase. So you have this car under 20 grand, you post it on your local sites. Make sure you take great pictures of it that show off the car, a good description. I usually put little bullet points, or if not bullet points, I make sure they have all the features of the car, the mileage, the year, everything good. Just copy somebody else's post that looks very good. Once you have that, people start calling you. Oh, this is another tip. Make sure you have so the last four numbers on your phone number. Make sure two of them are so let's say 5445, right? It's not my number, so it doesn't matter. So 5445. Where the fuck I said. Make sure that you have it written out, so the 4 4s have it write out 4 4, because it saves you from a lot of people randomly calling you and getting your number. Because people do that, they troll that all the time. So you get calls and meet people at your place. Make sure you show the car off, make sure it's clean, make sure it looks good, make sure there's nothing that is sketchy about it. Every car on Craigslist is sold as is, so you have no repercussions if the car breaks down right when they pay you the money, which is nice if you're selling those cars, because that can always be sketchy. Yeah, so you have this car, always get cash, never get a cashier's check. Cashier's checks are okay, make sure it clears though. Never take checks, never take anything but cash or cashier's check sometimes. Sometimes cashier, I've done it very few times to make sure it comes into your bank account before you give them the car. What else should I talk about? Posting I just talked about. Yeah, so that's the gist of selling cars for people. Make sure you take a percentage off the top. Minimum again is $250 for posting a car, and you just want to get rid of it. Sell low or buy low, sell low. That's the thing we always talk about, is buy low, sell low. Sell these cars at a price that you can just dump them off as fast as you can, to make people profit and make them happy for your car selling experience. Again, this is a business, so you want to maximize your profits as much as you can, but you have no overhead costs because you don't buy these cars, which is the kicker and the secret to these very things. I've made thousands and thousands of dollars buying and selling those cars, and it's very profitable if you know what you're doing and you get it down to a science. Again, this is Type 1, a short video on how to buy and sell those cars for them. Again, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.